Welcome. Today we will read Lesson 88 in the workbook, and in the text we will read Chapter 9, Section 2, The Answer to Prayer, paragraphs 1 through 6. And now for Lesson 88. Today we will review these ideas. 75. The light has come. In choosing salvation rather than attack, I merely choose to recognize what is already there. Salvation is a decision made already. Attack and grievances are not there to choose. That is why I always choose between truth and illusion, between what is there and what is not. The light has come. I can but choose the light, for it has no alternative. It has replaced the darkness, and the darkness has gone. These would prove useful forms for specific applications of this idea. This cannot show me darkness, for the light has come. The light in you is all that I would see. Name. I would see in this only what is there. "76. I am under no laws but God's." Here is the perfect statement of my freedom. I am under no laws but God's. I am constantly tempted to make up other laws and give them power over me. I suffer only because of my belief in them. They have no real effect on me at all. I am perfectly free of the effects of all laws save God's. And His are the laws of freedom. For specific forms in applying this idea, these would be useful. My perception of this shows me I believe in laws that do not exist. I see only the laws of God at work in this. Let me allow God's laws to work in this and not my own. We can see in this lesson that one can choose either the light of truth or the darkness of illusions. And in choosing the darkness of illusions, of fear, one is really not choosing anything at all. And thus, there really is only one true choice. One also makes up laws that appear to serve to limit and have power over oneself, but in reality have no effect at all. these laws of form do not apply to the formless nature of who one is. One has but self-imprisoned oneself to an image that is not true to who one is. One can choose instead to recognize that only the laws of love are worthy of one's continued allegiance, and thus affirm the choice of light over darkness, and affirm the choice of laws of spirit over the laws of the world. And now for our text reading for today from chapter 9, section 2, the answer to prayer, paragraphs 1 through 6. Everyone who ever tried to use prayer to ask for something has experienced what appears to be failure. This is not only true in connection with specific things that might be harmful, but also in connection with requests that are strictly in line with this course. The latter in particular might be incorrectly interpreted as proof that the course does not mean what it says. You must remember, however, that the course states, and repeatedly, that its purpose is the escape from fear. Let us suppose, then, that what you ask of the Holy Spirit is what you really want, but you are still afraid of it. Should this be the case, your attainment of it would no longer be what you wanted. This is why certain specific forms of healing are not achieved, even when the state of healing is. An individual may ask for physical healing because he is fearful of bodily harm. At the same time, if he were healed physically, the threat to his thought system might be considerably more fearful to him than its physical expression. In this case, he is not really asking for release from fear, but for the removal of a symptom that he himself selected. This request is therefore not for healing at all. The Bible emphasizes that all prayer is answered, and this is indeed true. The very fact that the Holy Spirit has been asked for anything will ensure a response. Yet it is equally certain that no response given by him will ever be one that would increase fear. It is possible that his answer will not be heard. It is impossible, however, that it will be lost. There are many answers you have already received, but have not yet heard. I assure you that they are waiting for you. If you would know your prayers are answered, never doubt a Son of God. Do not question him, and do not confound him, for your faith in him is your faith in yourself. If you would know God and his answer, believe in me, whose faith in you cannot be shaken. Can you ask of the Holy Spirit truly and doubt your brother? Believe his words are true because of the truth that is in him. You will unite with the truth in him, and his words will be true. As you hear him, you will hear me. Listening to truth is the only way you can hear it now and finally know it. The message your brother gives you is up to you. What does he say to you? What would you have him say? Your decision about him determines the message you receive. Remember that the Holy Spirit is in him, and his voice speaks to you through him. What can so holy a brother tell you except truth? But are you listening to it? Your brother may not know who he is, but there is a light in his mind that does know. This light can shine into yours, giving truth to his words and making you able to hear them. His words are the Holy Spirit's answer to you. Is your faith in him strong enough to let you hear? You can no more pray for yourself alone than you can find joy for yourself alone. Prayer is the restatement of inclusion, directed by the Holy Spirit under the laws of God. Salvation is of your brother. The Holy Spirit extends from your mind to his and answers you. You cannot hear the voice for God in yourself alone, because you are not alone. And his answer is only for what you are. You will not know the trust I have in you unless you extend it. You will not trust the guidance of the Holy Spirit or believe that it is for you unless you hear it in others. It must be for your brother because it is for you. would God have created a voice for you alone? Could you hear his answer except as he answers all of God's sons? Hear of your brother what you would have me hear of you. For you would not want me to be deceived. In this first part of the section on prayer, we are told that the purpose of the course is to release oneself from fear. And thus all true healing is really the release from fear. Some of the things asked for in our prayers would actually increase one's fears, and thus are not answered by one's inner guide, who cannot respond in a way that promotes fear in anyone. Thus, in asking, for example, relief from a physical symptom, the granting of this may only serve to increase one's fears of bodily harm in general. We're also told that we have been answered on numerous occasions, but are not aware yet of those answers, and that those answers remain to be recognized. Thus, while all prayers are in some way answered, they may be answered in a form unrecognized.